What's up guys, welcome back to another Schedule 1 video. In this video I'll be showing you guys the updated meth farm inside the bungalow. If you guys like it, be sure to like, and if you want to see more videos in the future of other farms, go ahead and subscribe. If you have any comments about the questions or anything like that about the farm, go ahead and ask them down below. Alright, now that you're in the bungalow, go ahead and start placing your mixing stations just like this. This is going to be an 8-step mix, so just make sure you have 8 mixing stations. Now let's go on to the next part. Alright, for the next part, you're going to need 2 lab stations and 2 chemistry stations. And go ahead and place them in this room in the kitchen, just like how I'm right now. And that's your mixing station area all done. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next section. Alright, now we're on the bed section. Go ahead and follow me exactly what I'm doing, so you guys can have the same storage system as I do. Alright, and that's all your beds all set up and done. Let's move on to the next section. Alright, go ahead and go back out in here in the kitchen, and we're going to place these brick presses right here and right here on this wall, opposite of the sink. And we're doing brick presses because we're doing an extra mixing table and, chemistry station and lab station. And you're going to need a handler to grab both the ingredients and place it into the chemistry station so we get double the output. Okay, so if you want to come back into the bedroom over here, we're going to add the storage real quick. Just like that. And then back here. And that's what it should look like. Now, over here into the kitchen again, let's go ahead and add a storage here. And that'll be for your final product. Okay, and then just final storage system right here is going to be just these 2 smaller shelves right above the lab station and chemistry station. All right, let's move on to the next section. All right, for the next section, you'll be placing signs everywhere. So right here, we're going to put a sign right under here and right under here. And then we'll put a sign up here up on this. And you can label this one final product. Label these 2 storage 1, storage 2 for the ingredients. Or you can do like whatever you feel is comfortable. It's ingredients. You can put all 3 ingredients names on there. So the ingredients that are going to be up here is phosphorus, the pills for the chemistry thing I can't think of right now, these ones, and acid. So you can put all 3 of these on these sides, and that's where you're going to place all 3, which I'll be showing you later in the video. Now let's go ahead and add more signs to the other side. All right, now that you made it into this bedroom area, we're going to go ahead and place signs all back here. So for each of your ingredients, there's going to be 8 because we have 8 mixers. So you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with an extra storage for whatever you guys need. And it doesn't have to look pretty, but if you want to make it look pretty, go ahead. And then you would name all your ingredients on here so you know which shelf that you have your ingredients in. All right, with all the essential building stuff kind of done, you can add your artwork and or toilets. And also you can add lighting, how I have right here. If you would like, up to you. All right, now let's go ahead and hook up all of the handlers and all the chemists to every station. All right, so let's go ahead and knock out the easy part. Let's go ahead and start doing all the chemists real quick. So go grab the assigned station here. All right, now then go ahead and shift left click all these mixing stations and press enter, and you've assigned them to that. Now let's go ahead and grab her. Then let's go ahead and add her to all 4 of these stations and press enter. Now your mixing stations are all good with your chemist. All right, let's go grab our last chemist and go add her to the chemistry stations and lab ovens. All right, go ahead and shift left click all 4 of these. Go ahead and press enter. She's all set up. Let's move on to the handlers now. Let's go ahead and grab our first handler. You're gonna go add her to this storage. As you can see, her from is the large storage. This one should be your first ingredient. Then now we have to add our 2. So our 2 would be our first mixing station. Then go ahead and add ingredient number 2. Ingredient number 2 should be on the second shelf, and it should be going to the second mixer. Go ahead and add your 3rd ingredient, and it should be this 3rd shelf right here. And the 2 should be mixing station 3. Go ahead and go to the fourth shelf. Then the 2 should be the fourth mixing station. Now go to your 5th shelf. Then this one should be the 2. Should go to your 5th mixing station. Go ahead and grab your other handler. Go to your 6th shelf and go ahead and left click on that. Now your from is that large shelf again. Go to your 2, and this should be your 6th mixing station. Now go ahead and go to your 7th shelf, and then go to your 7th station. All right, last but not least, let's go over to our 8th shelf, and then to our 8th station, which should be this one. Now that you got your handlers set up for your mixing stations, let's go ahead and link all of our mixing stations real quick. So we're going to go ahead and start with this mixing station right here next to the door. And press E on it, change the threshold to 10, a destination, and make it the next mixing station to its right. Then we're going to continue this step all the way down on every single mixing station, just like this. Now that you have all your mixing stations linked, you can go ahead and shift left click all of them and make sure that it's going from left to right to the ones I'm going to. All right, now that the mixing station area is completely done, let's go ahead and move over to the other side. All right, before we leave that, let's go ahead and add the threshold for this one and add the final destination over here to the press. All right, now that we're on this other section, let's go ahead and link the lab station and the chemistry station really quick. This is the easiest thing. So you're going to grab your chemistry station right here, do your liquid meth. Your destination is going to be this lab oven, and then on the other one, make sure it's liquid meth. The destination is going to be this lab oven right here. Then these 2 lab ovens, their destination is going to be back this way. As you can see, it's this mixer right here. You should see the arrows going straight to this mixer. All right, now that you got that done, let's go ahead and add the shelves to these 2 chemistry stations. Quick thing to change, go ahead and add a shelf about right here, and then add a sign so you can get rid of this painting if you have a painting there. And then add a sign, and this will be your chemistry station ingredients. This one you cannot access by the handlers, so I'll go ahead and switch it to the storage. All right, now that we fixed that, let's go ahead and grab our handler. All right, you're gonna want to go bring this handler and bring him and get him to do this shelf right here. So you see, large storage rack, and then go ahead and go to 2 and have him go to this, and then do it again. Then you're gonna come over to the storage station, then 2, and then both these chemistry stations should be there. And now you should be able to fill both of these at the exact same time with all of the product you have on that shelf. Let's go ahead and move on to the next section. All right, last but not least, let's go ahead and add the brick presses destinations straight to this large storage. Let's go ahead back to that same handler and go assign him that station. We're going to go ahead and assign him this station right here. So you will not need this other brick press unless you want to brick press yourself. It's just for aesthetically purposes. All right, guys, now that the farm is completely done, all that's left is to go ahead and add your ingredients to your shelves and then start to cook. Just a reminder right here, this should be your shelf for your pills, for your chemistry station, and your phosphorus, and your acid. So go ahead and make sure you fill up this shelf. Also, another reminder, go ahead and make sure that you have these filled with all 3 ingredients that are needed to make the liquid meth, and make sure these stay full so that the handler can keep up with the ingredients being placed inside here without doubling up on like acid, or pills, so they can continue to make liquid meth. With this system, you can actually have one shelf for all 3 ingredients, and it will work if you just follow what I just said. Also, make sure that you have your final product shelf right here, and then go ahead and add your 8 ingredient shelves right here, and make sure that they are in numbered order and that they line up to all the mixing stations. So you want to make sure that it's starting from right here and going all the way around and then ending about right here. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any other questions that you need, or anybody that needs help understanding anything I said in this video, go ahead and leave a comment. But if that's all, go ahead and subscribe, like, and at the end of this video I will show you this fully stocked and working. All right, so this is the whole farm all stocked up and ready to go. So also make sure that you've assigned your beds and you pay your people in the briefcase right here. As you can see, they're taking it from the shelf and they're placing it right here on the mixing tables, right where we assigned them to. All right, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.
Let me nut on your butt.